to believe in yourself. This is something that I think many of us struggle with. And so I thought I'd share 3 tips, 3 of many tips. And so might do a part 2 on this. The little voice inside of our head, that self-doubt that helps us lose the confidence that we have in ourselves. So many of us struggle with confidence because of that voice, because we allow those thoughts and ideas to overtake all of our confidence. All of our fears kind of like are fed into that, right? And so we don't take the action, we don't do the thing that it is that we want to do. So we depower ourselves, so to speak, right? I always talk about empowering yourself, but that self-talk that is not helping us is actually depowering us, right? And so we want to gain that power back. So how do we gain that power back? How do we gain that confidence, that belief in ourselves? So I'm going to talk about three ways or 3 things to think about or to do. So first, number 1 is exactly that. Identify the self-talk that you have. Identify that little voice in your head that is telling you you're not worthy, you can't do it, who do you think you are, you're a fraud, you stop trying to be somebody that you're not, all those kind of thoughts, right? That's the very first thing, is identify it, because once you can identify it, you can immediately stop it and say, no, we're not having this today, right? So that's that red flag that gets kind of like raised, brings to your awareness what is actually happening, because your thoughts control your behavior. The thoughts controls the body, which controls the behavior, which controls your actions and results, okay? So number 1 is identify your self-talk. Identify when it happens and then stop it, take notice of it, be aware of it, and then move past it, okay? Number 2 is to stop listening to those negative Nellies. So I was talking to a girl yesterday, and she was telling me how, she doesn't tell people her dreams. And, I understand that, because what tends to happen is people who don't understand or are their own fears, limiting beliefs, paradigms, those all come out when you tell somebody your dream sometimes, right? You might say, hey, I want to start my own business, right? Maybe you said this when you first started your business. Or maybe there's an idea that you have for an event, or maybe you want to go speak somewhere, and you tell somebody that, right? And then immediately, you can't do that, or that's going to be a lot of work, or that takes a lot of money, or any of those other, right? Their own fears and doubts are being put on you. So sometimes it's like you have to kind of cherish your idea and your dream. You have to kind of keep it sacred. You can't sometimes tell people. And if you do, and you start to hear those things, that's when you immediately know that those aren't the people that you want to be talking to, right? You want to find other empowered women who are talking about this kind of stuff, who do want to do this stuff, and who can support you and guide you. Many times, family and friends might not understand. If you have a family that supports you, woohoo, congratulations, because that is awesome. If you don't, though, if they are those negative Nellies, then you've got to limit your time and limit the amount of input that you're getting from them. And this also goes for media. This is all kinds of media. I'm talking the radio, I'm talking the news, I'm talking TV shows. It's really amazing to me, the type of fear-based media that we have these days, and this has been going on for many, many years. I feel like it's been increasing quite a bit. The world is not all what happens on TV. That's not what the world is. That's not what our society is. There's a lot of good people out there. There's a lot of people doing really good things in the world, and if you choose to listen to those messages, I can tell you that they're going to stop you. They're going to only feed into that fear that you already have and make you doubt doing things. People are like, are you sure you want to travel? Are you sure you want to do this? Why? Why not? Why should I live in a society that doesn't believe that I can go travel, that I'm not going to be safe somewhere, right? I understand taking precautions and being careful, but is that the type of world that we want to live in? All right, so number 3 is, this is my favorite. Be your own best friend. Be the person who is supportive of you. Be the person that encourages you. Be the person that says, you can do it. Be that person for yourself. When you make yourself your best friend, you actually are giving yourself the support that you need. So here's the thing that I see a lot, and I know I did for myself a lot, was the things that I would say to myself, and if you do this, let me know, are probably something you would never say to anybody. Maybe even your worst enemy, you might not say those things, but you say them to yourself. Do you see how crazy that is? That you wouldn't even tell, or even if you would tell your worst enemy, right? That's what you're saying to yourself. That's what you're telling yourself. Why would you want to do that, right? Why would you want to be that negative person to yourself? Hey, I got a squirrel. Oh, he ran away. There was a squirrel looking at me. He was listening to my coffee chat. Maybe he wanted to grab coffee. I don't know. But that's number 3. Be your best friend. So how can you be your best friend? What can you say to yourself? How can you encourage yourself? How can you support yourself? Because sometimes you is the only person that's going to do it, right? Sometimes we don't have those other people who can support us or encourage us. But that's okay. You can do it for yourself, right? Or you can be that person who needs to lift yourself up when you're having a bad day, right? And then I'm going to give you a bonus tip. You ready for this bonus tip? Give yourself permission to try again. Oftentimes we feel like if we failed at something, or if we didn't do it right, or it didn't happen the way we wanted it, we give up, right? And we don't ever want to do it again. I don't know how many people have said, I tried that once. It didn't work, right? Give yourself permission to try again. Try again. The only time that you fail is when you stop trying. So think about how you can continue to try. So your action items for today is to look at these three actions, 3 tips, okay? And I'm gonna repeat them in just a second, and pull out one of them that I want you to kind of focus on over the next 7 days or so. Think about how you can use these to start believing in yourself more, to start giving yourself that power again, and empowering yourself to be the woman who's ready to go out there and achieve success in her life. So, tip number 1, identify your self-talk. Number 2, stop listening to those negative Nellies, and that goes for all types, whether in person, on the radio, media, all of it, even social media. That's a lot out there. And then number 3, be your own best friend. And then the bonus tip is to give yourself permission to try again. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your day. Remember to be you and to be amazing.